the necklace she cherished, a story of secrets and strength. The sun rose over the rolling hills of Enugu, casting a golden glow over the small town of Nkwo. The air was filled with the sounds of morning, roosters crowing, children laughing, and the distant hum of motorbikes weaving through the narrow streets. In the heart of the town stood Nkwo Secondary School, its red brick buildings surrounded by towering mango trees. It was here, in this close-knit community, that Clara Evans walked silently through the bustling school gates, her hand instinctively reaching for the silver locket around her neck. Clara wasn't like the other students. While they chattered excitedly about the upcoming New Yam Festival or the latest gossip from the market, Clara kept to herself. She was the girl who sat at the back of the classroom, her eyes often distant, her voice rarely heard. And around her neck, she always wore that small silver locket, a mystery that no one could unravel. The people of Nkwo were warm and welcoming, always ready to share a smile or a kind word. The town was a tapestry of traditions, where everyone knew everyone, and life revolved around family, faith, and community. Every Sunday, the streets filled with the sound of church bells as families dressed in their finest attire made their way to services. On market days, the town square came alive with vendors selling fresh produce, colorful fabrics, and handmade crafts. And during festivals, the entire community gathered to celebrate, their laughter and music echoing through the hills. But despite the town's vibrant spirit, Clara felt like an outsider. She had moved to Nkwo 2 years ago with her parents after the accident that took her sister, Lily. The Evans family had hoped that a fresh start in a new place would help them heal, but for Clara, the pain was still as raw as ever. She carried it with her every day, hidden beneath the surface, just like the secret inside her locket. Hey, Storytime African fam. Can you guess what's inside Clara's locket? Drop your theories in the comments below. Clara's story began far from Nkwo, in the bustling city of Port Harcourt, where she had grown up with her younger sister, Lily. The two were inseparable. Lily was the outgoing one, always dragging Clara into adventures, while Clara was the quiet, thoughtful one who kept them grounded. They shared everything: secrets, dreams, and even a bedroom. Their bond was unbreakable, and their favorite tradition was their treasure hunts. Lily would hide little trinkets around the house, and Clara would follow the clues to find them. The locket was the last treasure Lily ever hid. "This one's special," Lily had said, handing it to Clara with a grin. "It's not just a locket. It's a promise. No matter what happens, I'll always be with you." Clara had no way of knowing how soon she would need that promise. The accident happened on a rainy afternoon. Clara and Lily were walking home from school when a car skidded on the wet road. Clara remembers the sound of tires screeching, the blur of headlights, and then nothing. When she woke up in the hospital, her parents were by her side, their faces pale and tear-streaked. "Where's Lily?" Clara had asked. The silence that followed was all the answer she needed. The days that followed were a blur of grief and guilt. Clara couldn't shake the feeling that she should have done something, anything, to protect her sister. The locket became her lifeline, a tangible connection to the sister she had lost. She wore it every day, clutching it tightly whenever the pain felt unbearable. It was her way of keeping Lily close, of honoring the promise they had made to each other. Storytime African Squad, have you ever experienced a loss that changed your life? How did you cope? Let's support each other in the comments. When Clara's family moved to Nkwo, they hoped the change of scenery would help them heal. But for Clara, the pain followed her wherever she went. She withdrew from the world, burying herself in books and music to escape the pain. But everything changed when she was paired with Emma for a school project. Emma was one of the most popular girls in school, outgoing, confident, and always surrounded by friends. Clara was hesitant at first. She didn't want to answer questions about her life or explain why she was so quiet. But Emma surprised her. Instead of prying, Emma treated Clara with kindness and respect. She didn't push her to talk about things she wasn't comfortable with. Slowly but surely, Clara began to open up. They spent hours working on the project together, and for the first time in a long time, Clara felt like she had a friend. One afternoon, as they sat under the shade of a mango tree during lunch break, Emma noticed the locket. "That's really pretty," she said, pointing to it. "Is it special?" Clara hesitated. She had never told anyone the truth about the locket. But there was something about Emma's genuine curiosity that made her want to share her story. She took a deep breath and opened the locket. Inside was a tiny photograph of a little girl with bright eyes and a wide smile. "This is my sister, Lily," Clara said softly. "She was my best friend. We did everything together. But one day, there was an accident. She didn't make it." Tears filled Clara's eyes as she explained how the locket was the last gift Lily had given her. On the back, engraved in tiny letters, were the words, "Always with you." For Clara, the necklace wasn't just a piece of jewelry. It was a reminder of her sister's love, a promise to keep going, and a secret she carried to protect her family from the pain of the past. Emma listened quietly, her own eyes filling with tears. She had never imagined that Clara was carrying such a heavy burden. "I'm so sorry," Emma said, placing a hand on Clara's shoulder. "Thank you for telling me." Storytime African family, can you relate to Clara's story? Have you ever carried a secret that no one knew about? Share your thoughts below. Emma's kindness wasn't just a coincidence. She too had a story. A few years earlier, Emma's older brother had struggled with addiction. She had watched him battle his demons, feeling helpless as he pushed their family away. It wasn't until he hit rock bottom that he finally accepted help and began to rebuild his life. That experience taught Emma the importance of compassion and understanding. She knew what it was like to feel alone, and she made it her mission to be there for others who were struggling. When she met Clara, she saw a kindred spirit, someone who needed a friend, even if she didn't realize it yet. From that day on, Clara and Emma became inseparable. Emma helped Clara come out of her shell, introducing her to new friends and encouraging her to try new things. And Clara, in turn, taught Emma the importance of empathy and understanding. She showed her that everyone has a story, even if it's not immediately visible. As the weeks went by, Clara began to feel like she was part of something bigger. She still wore the locket every day, but now it felt less like a weight and more like a source of strength. She knew that Lily was always with her, guiding her and giving her the courage to keep moving forward. Storytime African crew, what's the one thing that gives you strength during tough times? Let's inspire each other in the comments. One of the most significant events in Nkwo was the annual New Yam Festival, a celebration of the harvest that brought the entire community together. The festival was a vibrant affair, filled with music, dancing, and feasting. The air was thick with the aroma of roasted yam and spicy soups, and the streets were adorned with colorful decorations. It was a time for families to come together, for old friends to reconnect, and for the community to celebrate their shared heritage. This year, Emma convinced Clara to participate in the festival's talent show. "You have such a beautiful voice," Emma said. "You should share it with the world." Clara was terrified. She hadn't sung in front of anyone since Lily's accident. But with Emma's encouragement, she decided to give it a try. She chose a song that she and Lily used to sing together, dedicating her performance to her sister. The night of the talent show, Clara stood on stage, her heart pounding. As she began to sing, she felt a sense of peace wash over her. It was as if Lily was right there with her, cheering her on. When she finished, the audience erupted into applause. Clara looked out into the crowd and saw Emma smiling, tears streaming down her face. In that moment, Clara realized how far she had come. She had faced her fears, honored her sister's memory, and found the strength to keep going. Storytime African fam, have you ever faced a fear and come out stronger on the other side? Share your story in the comments. Let's inspire each other. Clara's journey wasn't easy, but it taught her an important lesson. We all carry something, whether it's a locket, a memory, or a secret. And sometimes, the bravest thing we can do is let someone in. Her locket remained a constant reminder of Lily's love, but it also became a symbol of the strength she had found within herself. As she walked out of the school gates that afternoon, her hand instinctively reached for the locket. She smiled, knowing that no matter what challenges lay ahead, she would always have Lily by her side. Thank you for joining me for this emotional journey, Storytime African family. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring tales. And remember, you're never alone, your story matters. Until next time, stay strong and keep shining.